It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins on Sunday night.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Good to be in the booth with my partner, Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome. And, Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league. And we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite night game, prime time. They're looking to put on a show.
The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from South Florida. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
There's a lot of guys out there, Mike, that over the last couple years, the start of Justin Fields' career, they love nitpicking his game. It's a little unconventional. He's not an in-rhythm, on-time pocket quarterback, but I think that's okay. I think some of the criticism is fair, but there's one thing you can't deny. He is electric with the ball in his hands, both escaping the pocket and as a designed runner. I think they need to lean into his strengths as a player. Don't shy away from him, because when he's playing at the top of his game, man, he is the ultimate weapon.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
That's taken in by Achane. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
This one complete to Hill. It's a good pickup on second down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Hill brought in motion. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass, that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Jets offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, Fields. Now he'll run. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game. A nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Fields. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs. Sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders on for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Gibson now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Second and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Hall. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Play action now for Fields. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down. A run here with Paul, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Fields now. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back to throw is Fields. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return, Malik Washington. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play. That is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. On first down, Tagovailoa. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
In motion, it's Waddle. Play action, Tagovailoa. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On 1st and 10, Fields. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They will run it over center with Hall. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the first down. 4th down coming up. On comes Thomas Morstead as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
From the gun, here's Tua. This one complete to Washington. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. Hill brought in motion. 3rd and 2. Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. It was a strong first half from the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Tua going to give it to Achane.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. The Jets offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Fields to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Here's Fields. He'll try to run for it. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. Finding room at midfield. He's to the 15. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Here's H.N. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Devon H.N. Touchdown, Miami. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Sanders here for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins extend their advantage to 14-3. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Fields. This one caught by Lazard. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fields. It is brought in by Josh Reynolds. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone always assumes that you only want to run drag routes or crossing routes just underneath like mesh concepts against man coverage, but so often they're equally as effective against the zone. All it takes is one of those underneath man defenders to latch on to the wrong route, and all of a sudden there is a lot of room, not only for the completion, but for yards after the catch.
And he'll be taken down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbound.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now it's a bootleg with Fields. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big play coming here for the Jets as they will set up for 2. To throw is Fields. That's caught. So they get the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the 4th. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. Second down and 8. Hill brought in motion. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. We'll try to run for it with Hall. He'll have a Jets 1st down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's to the running back, Breece Hall. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Jets have a 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Fields now. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
Taking off, and this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Washington now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here comes 2nd down. In motion, it's Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Second and 6 coming up. Hill brought in motion. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. The game hanging in the balance and a critical 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his man. It's Smith. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
He's going to look for the home run ball. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
I don't know how that ball gets through, Mike. It seems like the entire defense was in the end zone awaiting that pass. All they've got to do is knock it down, but somehow it's right on the money, and this has been an incredible finish to this ball game.
So a win here for the Dolphins. It was a game that hung in the balance much of the way, but they're able to come away with a 2-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.